Lightning flashed in the black horse's eyes. A subsonic wave grabbed hold of my heart and stopped the beating, jump-starting a more frenetic rhythm a half-breath later. My hands shook as I struggled to remove the halter and head for cover. But there was no time to retreat. I felt the thunder gathering force before I heard it. Bracing for a savage blast of sound, I expected the herd to spook and hoped I could negotiate enough space to avoid being trampled. No one moved. Our bodies absorbed the massive crash, and though we all seemed to be standing perfectly still, my cells were quivering, spinning, awakening, resonating with deep vibrations that juggled the bones, shaking loose memories submerged and calcified long before my birth. The feeling was so overwhelming that I was frozen, unable to run for shelter as echoes of that first sonic assault rumbled outward, fading into the distance. The clouds churned and darkened, conjuring a violent downpour. A potent silence hovered over the desert for a few moments, then water gushed through the crack between the worlds. Seconds later, I was drenched as completely as if I'd been tossed into a pool. I had often wondered how horses handle Arizona's outlandish summer monsoons. Yet, even when I took cover in the tack room during storms that came up too suddenly for me to rush home, I couldn't quite tell what the pastured herds were doing, let alone thinking or feeling. The sound was deafening, and I could barely see 10 feet out the window as sheets of rain pounded the landscape. Nearby grazing lands suddenly seemed surreal and distant, shifting in and out of focus like something in a time-traveling dream. Watching vague, lightning-accented visions of the wind practically bending trees sideways, I couldn't fathom how the mesquites and cottonwoods held on to their leaves, let alone how the horses were handling the deluge. I was therefore completely astonished when the night-haired mare gazed peacefully into my frantic eyes, then gently turned her back to the storm, inviting me to do the same. The other horses gathered around, and over the next hour, we moved like a slow carousel as the storm circled us, almost dissipating at times, then coming back for more. Yet no matter how close the lightning, how loud the thunder, I felt safe among them. A force field of protection seemed to strengthen among us, tuning my nervous system to trust the power of presence and deep, ambitionless connection. Civilized thoughts receded. I was vibrating with sensations I didn't have words for, overtaken by primeval memories, flashes of people in strange lands standing with their herds as wind and rain and snow swirled around them.